There will come a time in every person's journey when the world seems blind to their worth, when effort goes unseen, when sincerity is mistaken for weakness, and when others quietly doubt the magnitude of what lives inside you. It is a lonely feeling to be overlooked, but the truth is, being underestimated is one of the most sacred trials of the soul. It strips away illusion and forces you to meet the core of yourself. In that confrontation, you learn what no applause can teach, that your strength must be self-created. The Stoics knew this intimately. They understood that serenity and power come not from the world's approval, but from the ability to govern oneself regardless of circumstance. To stay calm when you are misunderstood is not submission, it is transcendence. It is the mark of one who no longer trades inner peace for outer validation. When others doubt your abilities, they are revealing their limitations, not yours. What they fail to see in you often mirrors what they have not yet discovered in themselves. To react in anger is to enter their blindness, but to respond with calm and quiet confidence, that is to live above it. The Stoic learns to greet doubt not with hostility, but with gratitude, for it is through underestimation that the spirit is tested and refined. Marcus Aurelius wrote that we must be like the rock against which the waves continually crash, unmoved, unbroken, serene amid the storm. Your calmness, then, is your greatest defense. It is the quiet declaration that you are grounded in something unshakable. 1. Understand the source. When someone underestimates you, it is vital to remember that judgment rarely springs from truth. It comes from perspective, limited, distorted, shaped by bias and fear. People often project their own insecurities outward. They measure others not by actual ability, but by what they believe possible for themselves. The Stoics called this the ignorance of external perception, a blindness that cannot touch the wise because the wise no longer depend on being seen. Understanding this changes everything. You stop taking offense and start observing human nature with compassion. You begin to see that many who doubt you are simply confined by the walls of their own experience. They cannot imagine greatness beyond their own measure, and so they reduce what they do not understand. But their doubt is not a curse. It is a mirror showing you how much further you've gone in your own evolution. When you recognize the source, you disarm its power. You no longer internalize it. You no longer carry resentment because you know it does not belong to you. The Stoics would say, do not let another's ignorance become your suffering. When you grasp this truth, you free yourself from the emotional debt of proving anything to anyone. The person who understands the nature of judgment becomes untouchable, calm, observant, and at peace with the smallness of other minds. That is the first step toward mastery. 2. Master your emotions. Emotion is energy in motion, powerful when guided, destructive when unrestrained. When someone doubts you, the first spark of emotion that rises is pride. You feel the urge to defend, to prove, to make them see. But Stoicism teaches that reacting from pride is a subtle form of weakness because it means you have allowed external forces to dictate your inner state. The one who rules himself cannot be ruled by insult. To master emotion does not mean to suppress it, it means to understand it. It is to stand at the edge of the feeling and observe without drowning. When you are underestimated, do not fight the emotion. Feel it, acknowledge it, then transform it into clarity. Ask yourself, why does this affect me? If the answer reveals attachment to image or ego, you have found the root of disturbance. Let that awareness humble you. As Seneca said, anger, if not restrained, is more harmful to us than the injury that provokes it. Every time you practice calmness when the world provokes you, you are chiseling away at the ego's fragility. Over time, your calm becomes your armor. You will notice that people's opinions, once heavy, now pass through you like wind through open hands. They no longer have weight, for your worth no longer seeks permission. The moment you master your emotions, you step into your sovereignty, a state where calmness is not forced but natural. 3. Let action speak. The world is full of talkers and doubters, but the Stoic is a doer. When others underestimate you, let their disbelief fuel the quiet fire of your work. Do not respond with argument. Respond with excellence. The Stoics despised vanity, for they saw it as the hunger of an insecure mind. They believe that the only true measure of a person is their deeds, steady, disciplined, unshaken by noise. When others doubt your potential, let your response be persistence. Continue showing up. Continue building. Excellence, when repeated long enough, becomes undeniable. The world may not notice you at first, but it cannot ignore consistency forever. And when recognition finally comes, it will be irrelevant, because you will have already outgrown the need for it. Let your work be your statement. Let your composure be your strength. The Stoic does not explain who they are. They embody who they are. The one who acts with quiet purpose commands more respect than the one who shouts for it. When you live by principle, you do not need applause. Your results become your echo, and time, the ultimate witness, will amplify what others refuse to see. 4. Build inner validation. At the heart of all calmness lies self-respect. You cannot stay centered in the face of doubt if you have not first built an unshakable relationship with yourself. Most people seek approval because they have not yet learned to approve of themselves. They depend on the world's mirror to define their reflection. The Stoics dismantled this illusion entirely. They taught that virtue and self-awareness are the only true sources of worth. To build inner validation, you must first ask, what do I truly value? When your actions align with your deepest values, you begin to feel a quiet strength that no opinion can grant or remove. This is the essence of what Marcus Aurelius called living in accordance with nature, being true to your highest self. When you walk this path, praise no longer intoxicates you, and criticism no longer wounds you. Both become background noise against the steady rhythm of your purpose. Cultivate solitude, reflect often. Measure yourself not by comparison, but by consistency. Speak less, observe more. The more you root yourself in your own principles, the less you'll sway in the winds of external judgment. People may underestimate you, but you will never underestimate yourself. That is the foundation of unshakable peace, to know your worth so completely that even silence feels like validation. 5. Transmute doubt into fuel. Every doubt cast upon you can either become a wound or a weapon. The Stoics chose the latter. They saw adversity as the training ground of the soul, and being underestimated as one of its finest teachers. When someone doubts you, they are offering you resistance. And resistance, properly used, builds strength. Just as muscle grows against the weight it resists, the spirit grows against the weight of disbelief. Transform their doubt into discipline. Let every underestimation become your silent motivator to refine your craft, to outgrow every limitation, to become so excellent that your existence itself becomes the answer. This is not vengeance, it is transcendence. You are not proving them wrong, you are proving yourself right. As you walk this path, understand that the calm mind always triumphs in the long run. Those who doubt you will fade. Their opinions will crumble under the weight of your quiet achievements. You will not need to remind them. Time will. But by then, you will no longer care. Your validation will come not from victory over others, but from mastery over self. This week, make calmness your discipline. Each day, notice when someone doubts, dismisses, or overlooks you. Instead of reacting, breathe. Record the moment in a journal. Reflect on what it taught you about your attachment to external validation. Then turn the sting of doubt into fuel. An hour of work, a chapter read, a skill practiced. Let every moment of being underestimated push you deeper into excellence. At the end of the week, you will realize that calmness is not an action. It is the highest form of strength. The calm mind is the mind that cannot be shaken, and the one who masters calm becomes unshakable in every other way.